Welcome back. And let me immediately start with the first session of this afternoon, end of day actually. And it's a session I really have at heart. We have only one guest, Sister Aruna from the Brahma Kumaris, so please join me here. But before I hand over to her, I would like to tell you the connection between the World Human Forum and the Brahma Kumaris community. One day, several years ago, I got a phone call from somebody from Denmark telling me, I'm from the Brahma Kumaris and we would like to meet you. I didn't know about the Brahma Kumaris, and I have to tell you, it is a spiritual movement from India, having started in India, but I don't consider myself as a spiritual person. So I was a little bit surprised, and we met, and we spent several hours talking, and I realized that the reason she came to find us in Greece was because they had approached one of the most important climate specialists in the world, Professor John Schellenhuber from the Potsdam Institute for Climate Research. They had approached him and they had said, look, we are very interested in supporting the work you guys do, you scientists do, for the protection of our planet through the climate disaster. And we are a spiritual organization, but we are also very active in India in producing solar panels for poor communities. And we are doing work in that field. But somehow we cannot find the connection with the rest of the work that is done. And Professor Schellenhuber told her, Sonia is her name, and she is a Brahma Kumaris member from Denmark, he told her, you should go to Greece. You should go and look for the World Human Forum, because those people, through their little cube, they make that connection between inner transformation, ecological and social sustainability, democracy, education, technology, and the arts, and most importantly, and that's what this session is about, inner development, inner transformation as a prerequisite to all that. And you will hear more about it in tomorrow morning's session around the inner development goals. So that's how I met a few of the Brahma Kumaris people in Greece, George Kralis first, Drosula after that, and I was very privileged. I was invited to follow a retreat in their center in Oxford, which was a revelation for me, and I came back convinced that if we want to apply in a, what can I say, in a practical, immediate way, the many things we hear from our ancient philosophers that we heard in the previous session, then we need to find ways to act and to do something different in our everyday life. And there is no doubt that today there is a big movement of what is called non-religious spiritual movements that through meditation, through mindfulness, through yoga, through the many ways of bringing that in our everyday life are helping us. And I'm very, very pleased, and I think we are all very privileged to have Sister Aruna with us. She stepped in for somebody else, but that's okay. Sister Gianti had to go to Asia. So thank you for coming at such short notice, and we are very eager to listen to you.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti is our greeting of peace. I am peace, you are peace, and we are at peace. So my topic is ancient wisdom for modern action. So I want to ask you, does wisdom age? Or does wisdom mature with time? Is wisdom modern? Is it present day? Or is it just of the past? So hopefully, when I share a few thoughts with you, that will become clearer. So firstly, I'd like to talk about the work of the Brahma Kumaris in terms of outer action. We are not just a meditation movement that sits on the mountain and meditates. So as Alexandra mentioned, we have, it's called India One Solar Thermal Plant at Abu Road in Rajasthan. You can Google that. It's a huge solar plant, and it actually creates energy, I think 1 megawatt, and it charges our campus with 25,000 people living there. So at a time, it can light up this campus of 25,000 people. And then we have hospitals dotted around India primarily, where a lot of the doctors, nurses, admin actually work with meditation. It's not just medication, but it's with meditation. And students are encouraged to do a few minutes of meditation. I mean, the patients are encouraged to do a few minutes meditation every day. And they have noticed that as patients meditate and take time to reflect, their healing is faster. And they actually take to the medicine better. Then we also have clinics, de-addiction programs, where again, we help people, whether it's the betel nut, the pan addiction, or smoking. This is primarily in India, but I know that we also have someone in the UK. And so again, helping people to manage their addictions to various substances. Then we also have something called rural yogic agriculture, where farmers are taught how to sit in front of their crops, meditate, and vibe their crops. And again, the crops yield better. So again, you can Google that if you want. So what I'm trying to say is, when we listen to our inner voice of what our conscience is saying, we then begin to work from inside out. I believe that the current precious currency is our thoughts. Silicon Valley is vying for our attention at every moment through social media and other means. Our thought energy is so precious. Who and what are we giving our thought energy to every day? So as we sit to meditate, what we're doing is we're going inside and we're listening to what we really want. We're listening to what we really have inside. Everything that I, the soul, needs is right here inside of me. Whether it's peace or love or kindness or compassion, mercy, generosity. When you give a gift to somebody, where's the love? Is it in the box? No, it's in your expression of giving. The love is coming from you, it's being shared with the other. It doesn't actually matter what the gift is, it's just symbolic. So meditation helps us to go into the well of our treasures inside. And how best to listen to our conscience is when we're actually in silence. How often do you sit with yourself in silence and stillness? We're so good at giving other people appointments. When was the last time you made an appointment with yourself? And you said, okay, right now, this is me time. And me time doesn't mean you get busy doing something. Me time means just be. Just accept, just flow. And as you do that, you regain power from inside. There's nothing technical about this, actually. There's nothing scientific about it. It's not difficult. We have moved away from ourselves, and it's now time to return back again. If I understood correctly, Eleusis means arrival. Yeah. So it's me arriving back to myself. This place is for me to arrive back to my inner self, to meet myself again. I had forgotten my own self. It's so easy to always project outwards, and it's so easy to blame other people when actually the solutions are right here inside of me. We also talked a lot earlier about happiness. Yes, I also believe that happiness is an integral part of the soul. I would just add something else to your presentation, and that is, I'm just happy, that's it. As soon as you add the word because, then that's temporary, fleeting happiness. I'm happy because I got a new car. I'm happy because I got a promotion. I'm happy because I got married. No because. Real spirituality teaches me that I'm just happy as I am. I don't need a reason to be happy. My natural state is to be happy. So let's just do a little exercise, if you can just cooperate with me. So just turn to somebody next to you and just greet each other, please. Just say hello. How are you? What are you doing? Okay. Thank you. So look at your faces. They brightened up. Did any of you greet each other with anger, with animosity, with hatred? Did any of you meet each other with those emotions? No. So our natural instinct is to love, is to trust, is to share happiness and kindness. This is our natural instinct. This is why I'm saying when we sit to listen to ourselves, we know that that is really me. But we have somehow acquired the ego along the way. The ego is like a wall that blocks me from expressing my true self. My true self is my self-respect. But then this ego is a false projection of myself. So ego and self-respect are on the same spectrum, actually. I have to move from ego to self-respect. When I truly love and respect myself, then I don't need to exercise the ego. When I truly know who I am from inside, my strengths, my powers, my qualities. And let me say that each one has come into this world with a special boon or a blessing to share with the world. everything in this room, look at everything in this room, it has a purpose. Everything, table, carpet, screen, lights, camera. So what is your purpose? We don't know our purpose. Yet we won't buy something unless it has a purpose. So, sit, reflect. Why am I here? What do I bring? What can I offer? What can I give? In the giving, there is the receiving. When I'm totally at peace with myself, then I can make very clear, confident decisions. When I'm confused, I'll just make one mistake after another. So taking time out for meditation is not a waste of time. Some people think, what do you do all day? Well, let me tell you, I live at the Global Retreat Center, and we have retreats every weekend, and I'm very busy. But still, despite my busyness, I make time for myself. From 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., this is our personal time for stocking up. We meditate in the morning, we study in the morning, and then I'm ready for the day. So taking time out makes you more productive. Because as I said, then you're clearer, you're confident, you know what needs to be done. So how to meditate? Meditation is a way to really just manage my thoughts. It's a conscious action to just create thoughts. What types of thoughts? 5 P's. Pure thoughts, pure-hearted in nature. Positive thoughts, peaceful thoughts. Pure, peaceful, positive, powerful thoughts, and purposeful thoughts. If this becomes your criteria for thinking, imagine how your life can turn around. And yesterday, at the other talk, I was sharing that, we can find reason in everything that happens. There's always got to be some positive reason to everything that happens. It may not be to our liking, but there's got to be something in it for me to learn from. And why is it important to stay positive? Because positive makes you powerful. When you're in a positive state of mind, again, you're strong, you're capable. When you're weak, doubting, fearsome, that makes you weak. And so again, whatever thoughts you create after that will be weak thoughts. And whatever decisions you take, there's bound to be mistakes. So 5 P's. When you sit, check your thinking. Am I thinking these thoughts? Pure, peaceful, positive, powerful thoughts. Purposeful thoughts. And then what to do? What to do is I zoom in on a particular quality. So let's say you want to experience peace. That's the classic. I want to experience my own inner peace. So you zoom in on peace. What does peace feel like? When was the last time you experienced peace of mind? It's not just peace that is absence of war, but it is my natural inner peace, a kind of contentment. Actually, about 10, 12 years ago, I realized it's not just about being peaceful, but it's about being at peace with everything that's happening. In other words, I'm okay with everything that's happening. I don't want it any different. This is being at peace. So when I'm at peace with myself, I zoom in to that feeling, then you go beyond the thinking. You're now flowing in that state. Meditation is concentration. Meditation is focus. The Hindi word is dhyan. Dhyan means not only attention, but also focus. So as I focus in my mind just on that one virtue, then that virtue and me become one. It's not that I have peace. It's not like the mic, which is separate from me. No, I and the peace are one. And so then when you come out of meditation, you are the peaceful being that's walking away. And you do that with every single quality until you feel that I am that, I am that, I am that, I am that. So imagine if you did this a few times a day, every day. Wouldn't you feel that I'm rich from inside? Wouldn't you feel powerful from inside? That I'm not the anger, I'm not the ego, I'm not the jealousy, the envy, the possessiveness. That's not me. That's not my natural nature. Let me flip that. Don't even say, I don't want to be angry, because the mind still registers the anger. No. Flip to what you want. Where attention goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, life grows. Put attention to what you want more of. And in this way, step by step, little by little, I become the creator of my reality. And don't let anybody tell you that you are not that. Once you've had a taste of meditation, you want more of it because you feel the benefit of it. You feel the results of it in your life. There is more power. There is transformation. And yes, I've been on this path for so long that I've seen so many people's transformation. And in all parts of the world. I've lived in many parts of the world. So it's nothing to do with being Indian. It's got nothing to do with being English. We all want the same thing at the end of the day, and that is peace, happiness, and inner power. And lastly, I want to talk about this whole topic of values. So we had also started a project called Living Values in Education. And this was educating young children to use values in their life. And then we gifted it to the world, which means that we disassociated ourselves with it because the education system was suspicious, skeptical that what a Brahma Kumari is doing. So Dadi Janki, who was the head at the time, she's passed away now, she said, it's okay. Let another group handle it. Let's disassociate ourselves. And that has flourished as well. And that is in several schools around the world. So we're teaching young children how to use values in their life. What about us? How about when you leave here, you say to yourself, okay, which value can I add to this action? Which virtue can I apply to this action? So when I speak, how do I speak? When I tell somebody, okay, this is not the right way, if I have to reprimand them, how do I do it? How do I care? How do I love? It just takes a bit of thinking about it. And the more you focus, as I said, the more it develops. So I'd like us to do a little meditation now, where I'll just take you through it with a few words, a commentary. Is that okay? Yeah? Okay. So yeah, just sit comfortably, however comfortable, whatever comfortable means to you. So just take a deep breath and just allow that to just flow through your body. As you breathe in peace. And as you breathe out all the stress and tension. Just do that a few times. Breathe in, and you tell yourself, I'm breathing in peace and calm. And as you exhale, just release any kind of stress or tension. And from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, just give your whole body some loving attention. And just thank your body for cooperating with you. This body is my vehicle of expression. It is my chariot. It is my costume. I, the being of light, use this body as my cloak. And so now I bring all my attention up to the center of the forehead, which is the seat of the soul. And here I am, just pure light, pure energy. I'd like you to feel the purity of your being. Go back to your essence, your core, back to your roots, inner roots, spiritual roots. And I am absolutely pure and peaceful inside. And just say quietly to yourself inside, I am a peaceful being. Let every cell of your body hear this thought, that I am a peaceful being. And in this quietness of the mind, what do you think your soul is saying to you? What do you hear? What is the voice of your conscience? What is your purpose? And what is my special gift that I will share with the world? And when you're ready, we come back to this moment. Back to the awareness of this room. And collectively, we have changed the atmosphere in this room. I want to just make a last point that when you actually go out into the world, and when you actually go shopping, you don't carry all your money with you. Most of us have credit cards or a little bit of cash, but we spend knowing that we have in our savings. And so here too, through meditation, I need to save my thoughts. I need to accumulate a stock of powerful thoughts so that when I need to spend, they're there, they're handy, they're ready. So when we sit to meditate, I am accumulating power. So if God forbid, something happened, then you can say, okay, I'm going to just stay calm because I have enough calm in me right now. So I wish all of you all the best on your spiritual journey, inner journey, soul journey. Thank you so much for having me. And may we all flourish and prosper as we ignite the inner light. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. I have a lot of difficulty with meditation. It just doesn't seem to work for me. And then somebody from the Brahma Kumaris family, George Kralis, who is here, told me one day, just start with a minute. And that was terribly helpful. So maybe you can comment on that, because this capacity that we might not have to stay for 20 minutes or half an hour or even 15 minutes every morning might not be only my problem.
Yeah, a couple of thoughts. So just start, like with anything, right? Just start. And they say this about drawing or bicycling or going for a walk. Start with 10 minutes, they say. But here, yeah, just start with a minute or two. We actually also have apps that play music every hour that remind you to stop every hour and just to check the traffic of your thoughts. And as I said, you just learn to love it. So 1 minute turns into 2 and 3, and before you know it, it's 5-10 minutes. The other thing that you're doing is, I really feel that meditation is an act of self-love. When I stop to give myself time, that is self-love. And why wouldn't I do that? Why do I hesitate to stop and have my own company? Why am I running away from my own self? So when you learn about yourself and you discover who you really are, this was actually a quote from Rumi, that when you discover who you truly are, you will become a lover of thyself. And we are beautiful inside. We've just forgotten it. So yeah, once you start, you kick in a new habit and then you develop that habit. But like with everything, everything starts with thought. So just create that one thought that, yes, I want to. And then you'll be on a roll.
And then the last thing I want to ask you is something I also heard at the Brahma Kumari's retreat, which is that if your inner self is in accordance with your actions, this is what you're aiming for. And of course, if your inner self is pure and powerful and purposeful and all that, then of course your actions are that. And it's this harmony between the inner and the outer action that is also important. And that I have to say, I had never realized before. For me, meditation was something completely cut off the rest of the world and the rest of our actions. And maybe that is also helpful. So maybe you would like to say a few words about that?
So, yeah, when we talk about inner peace and being at peace, then it's about my thoughts, my words, and my deeds being in alignment. If I think and say and do the same thing, then I feel good about it. I don't feel guilty. I don't feel that I'm being deceitful. I don't feel I'm betraying. So it's the feel-good factor. So I would also say to that, start with small things. Promise small things to yourself or to others and fulfill them. And of course, intertwined with this is the whole philosophy of karma. The philosophy of as you sow, so you reap. The law of cause and effect. So of course, if I'm going to send out hate, what's going to come back to me is hate. You can't plant tomatoes and expect cucumbers, right? So, yeah, whatever I think, I'm planting that. Imagine that you're planting every thought. And what's this going to reap? What's this going to reap? So am I creating a garden or am I creating a jungle? It's all in my hands. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.